Good morning, my dear students. Today we will start the module 9 in linear algebra and differential calculus. Today's topic is homogeneous system of equations. So for this topic, we have a crucial role in linear algebra and its applications. Okay. So for this, if we want to find or if you want to check the system of equations are the set of vectors are linearly independent or dependent, if it forms if the given equations are less than the number of unknowns or if the equations are more than the unknowns, then in such a case we are unable to use the determinant because it forms a rectangular matrices. In that way, in such a case, we are using this system of homogeneous equations for finding those set of vectors are linearly independent or dependent. That is a simple example. And we have you so many applications are there. For finding this, first of all, we go through that what is a homogeneous equation, what is a homogeneous linear equation, and how the system of equations are there. How we write the equations in the form of matrix and how to solve the system of equations. That all these points we are discussing in this module. Now, we go through the linear equation. A linear equation is called a homogeneous if its constant term is 0. Such an equation has the form a1x1 plus a2x2 plus so on anxn is equals to 0. Here the coefficients of xi's are constants. Here the xi's means x1, x2, so on xn are the variables. Here this is only one equation which is of degree 1 and the constant is 0. So this equation is called linear equation which is homogeneous. Now we are considering here system of homogeneous equations which are linear. That means first degree equations and which is a homogeneous equations. For example, here I am considering some 3 equations in 4 unknowns. A homogeneous linear system is a linear system whose equations are all homogeneous. For example, I am considering here 3 equations for unknowns. Here x1, x2, x3, x4 are unknowns. These are the 3 equations. This is called here, observe that every equation is equals to 0. That means there is no constant in these 3 equations. So this is called, all the 3 equations are called system of linear homogeneous equations. Now we'll look into that how to write the matrix of these equations, matrix form of system of homogeneous equations. Just we write these equations as Ax is equals to 0. A is called the coefficient matrix, X is called the variable matrix. Here, write the coefficients of x1, x2, x3 are in the first row. That is 3, minus 9, minus 9, minus 6. Or the second equation, all the coefficients are right in the second row. All the coefficients of third equation are right in the third row. And the variables, what are the variables here? x1, x2, x3 and x4. Right, all the variables are in the column matrix. That's x1, x2, x3, x4 is equals to 0, 0, 0. Here once observe that you know the matrix multiplication. This is a matrix of order 3 by 4. It becomes 4 by 1. This matrix, this column matrix is 4 rows and 1 column. This is 4 by 1. This is a 3 by 4. This is 4 by 1. Then you will get the 3 equations. Okay, if you multiply this, once observe that 3x1 minus 9x2 minus 9 into x3 minus 6 into x4, which is equals to 0, corresponding to this, which is equals to 0. That means which gives the first equation. Similarly, the second and third. Okay, so now in this matrix A, this is called the coefficient matrix. Only this is called the, this A is called the coefficient matrix and this is called the variable matrix. Now, how to find the solutions of this? See here, observe this. Every equation here, there is no constant means 0, 0, 0, 0 is satisfying by this equation. That means for every linear homogeneous equation have a solution, it must be a 0. That always exists. That means trivial solution is always exist for this system. If that's a one of the important point is for this linear system of homogeneous equations, is there any non-trivial solution is exist or not? That's a very important point. In so many of applications, we need to find the eigenvalues and eigenvectors. So for finding the eigenvectors, which is nothing but solving the system of linear homogeneous equations. For that, we need to find non-zero value, non-zero eigenvector. That means a non-zero solution of system of homogeneous equations. That's a must and should. So it's having a very crucial role for finding the eigenvectors. That means a non-zero solution. Okay, that means a non-trivial solution. How could you find out, or in which case the system has non-trivial solutions? Remember that for every homogeneous linear equations have a zero solution always, but we need to find out that is there any possibility to exist a non-trivial solution for this system? Okay, for this, yeah, that is called the characterization of homogeneous equation. Means a linear system is homogeneous if and only if its a solution set contains a zero vector. That means a zero solution. It must and should zero solution is exist. Now we find out that non-trivial solution is exist or not. We are going to that. Yeah, one consequence of this characterization is that every homogeneous linear system always has at least one solution, that namely a zero solution, or we call it as a trivial solution. Thus, although an arbitrary linear system may have no solution, one solution, a homogeneous linear are infinitely many solutions. There are only two possibilities for the homogeneous system. But it is a non-homogeneous system, we have so many possibilities. Is there any solution or not? If it is exist, it is unique, or it is infinite number of solutions or no solutions. There is no, so many possibilities. But in homogeneous linear system, we have only two possibilities. Is the system having only zero solution? As is this system having other than trivial solution? Is there any possibility to exist non-trivial solutions? Now we need to check in that point of way. See here, the solutions of homogeneous linear system is depending on the rank of the coefficient matrix and also the relation between the rank and the number of variables. Okay, the relation between rank of a coefficient matrix and number of equations and number of unknown variables given in the system of equations, that shows that what type of solution is exist. Is there any zero solution? That means a trivial solution or non-trivial solution. Now we go through the points. If we consider R be the rank of the coefficient matrix and N be the number of variables, that means unknown values, variables given in the system of equations. We consider M is the number of equations. If we consider if R is equals to N, that means rank of the coefficient matrix is same as number of unknowns, then the system have only trivial solution. There does not exist any non-trivial solution. There exists only trivial solution. If R less than N, that means rank of the coefficient matrix is less than the number of unknowns, then the system have infinite number of non-trivial solutions. If R is less than N, then the system have non-trivial solutions and it has N minus R linearly independent solutions. And if we look into the relation between number of equations and number of unknowns. If m is less than n, that means m means the number of equations, which is less than the number of unknowns. Then the system has always infinite number of non-trivial solutions. If m is equals to n case, number of equations is less than the number of unknowns, then it depending on the determinant. If both are equal, then the system has infinite number of non-trivial solutions if det A is equals to 0. Okay, so based on these points, we will look into that what type of solution is exists for the homogeneous system of linear equations. Once again, we recollect the points. If R is equals to N, that means rank of A is equals to number of unknowns, then the system has only trivial solution. If R is less than N, then the system has infinite number of non-trivial solutions. If number of equations is less than the number of unknowns, the system has always infinite number of non-trivial solutions. If m is equals to n, number of equations is equals to number of unknowns, then the system has non-trivial infinite number of solutions if det A is equals to 0. So based on these points, we go through an example. Now, solve x plus 2y plus 3z is equals to 0, 3x plus 4y plus 4z is equals to 0, 7x plus 10y plus 12z is equals to 0. Here observe that first the given equation is homogeneous or non-homogeneous. That means the equation having any constant or not. Here there is no constant, means this is a homogeneous system of linear equations. Now write the equations. First step is write the equations into matrix form. After that, considering coefficient matrix A, and then that coefficient matrix is reduced into upper triangular matrix. Then find out the rank of A. After that, identify the relation between R and N. Based on that relation, decide the system having what type of equations, what type of solutions exist. Okay. Once again, I repeat. First, write the system of equations as the matrix form. In that matrix form, consider the coefficient matrix A, and the third step is reduce that coefficient matrix into echelon form. That means upper triangular matrix by using row transformations, and then find the rank. Rank means rank is equals to number of non-zero solutions in the echelon form. Find the rank of coefficient matrix, and n is given in the equations. That means number of unknowns. Identify the relation between n and r. Based on that, give the conclusion of this problem, and the system has what type of solution is exist. Okay, now we go to the next example. Now we express this as a matrix form. Ax is equals to 0. In this, the coefficient matrix is 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 7, 10, 12. This one. Now, this matrix is converting into echelon form by using row transformations or elementary transformations. In this, already we discussed in the last module how to reduce a matrix into echelon form. Once again, I am explaining here. Here, consider this in A11 as a pivot element. Using this pivot element, make the elements in that column to 0. Convert this 3 and 7 to 0 by using elementary transformations. Here R2 tends to, here applying the transformation on R2, that R2 tends to R2 minus of 3 R1. Here I wrote here R2 tends to R2 minus 3 R1. Here we want to reduce this 7 into 0. 7 into 0 means 7 minus 7 is 0. So for that, subtracting this row with 7 times of first row, which is nothing but R3 tends to, we are applying the operation on R3. So R3 tends to R3 minus 7 R1. Just applying this, then you will get this. The same transformation is applied for the remaining elements, remaining entries in the corresponding row and column. Now, after this one, again using the pivot element. Now, identify the pivot element in the next row. Now, using in the second row, first non-zero element in this one, the first non-zero element is the pivot element. The first non-zero element is this one. This is your pivot element. Using this pivot element, that is a -2, make -4 to convert this -4 to 0 using elementary transformation. R3 tends to here -4 becomes 0. Here -2 is there. Just multiplying this row with -2 and then adding these two. Then -4 plus 4 becomes 0. So R3 applying on R3, operation on R3. So R3 tends to R3 minus to R2. That means here -4 plus 4 becomes 0. The same operation is applied on these two elements also. That means -9, minus of minus plus 10. So -9 plus 10 becomes 1. Now, here observe this, which is in echelon form. Echelon form means number of zeros are increased with the rows. First row is having no zeros, second row is 1 0, third row is 2 zeros. And also there is no possibility to convert this 1 to 0. Then we can stop here. Then how many number of non-zero rows are there? 3. And the rank of A is equals to 3. Rank of A is number of non-zero rows, which is equals to 3. So this is here. What is the relation between R and N? R is equals to 3. N means number of variables. Number of variables means number of unknowns, which is given in the system, which is X, Y, and Z. So N is equals to 3. R is equals to 3. N is equals to 3. That means what we discussed in the points, rank is equals to number of unknowns. The system has only one solution. That's a unique solution, which is trivial. Just write the conclusion. Then the system has trivial solution. Trivial solution means every element is 0. Or you can substitute here this one, Ax is equals to 0. Again write Ax is equals to 0. X, Y, Z is equals to 0. Just by backward substitution, you can write, you can solve each element is equals to 0. Or trivial solution means which is nothing but every element is 0. You can directly write. Okay. Here one more example is there. In the same way, we can also discuss this. Here how many equations are there? 4 equations and 4 unknowns. Now first write, what is the first step? Write in the form of matrix and then reduced into echelon form. Here Ax is equals to 0, where A is. This one is a coefficient matrix. In this coefficient matrix, 1 is the pivot element. Using this pivot element, you can reduce the remaining elements in the corresponding column to 0 by using elementary transformations. Just using these transformations, convert the elements in the column to 0. And again, in the next step, observe the pivot element in the next row, which is your pivot element in the next step. Using -3, convert -3 and -12 to 0 using elementary transformations. So again, this one. Here in this row, observe this. This row is, second row is same as the third row. Fourth row is a constant multiple of the second row. So using the elementary transformations, these two rows becomes zeros. Now, what is the number of non-zeros in this matrix? 2, which is less than the number of variables. So by the conditions, the system has a non-trivial solutions. Now, if it is a non-trivial solutions, how will you find out the solution? First, write the equations from this. Here, what are the variables? X, Y, Z, W. Just multiplying x plus y minus 2z plus 3w is equals to 0. Here 3y minus 3z plus 4w is equals to 0. Now by backward substitution, find the solution. Here for finding the backward substitution, y in terms of z and w. So we don't know what are the values of z and w, and we are assigning arbitrary values in place of z and w. So many of the students having a doubt for what values are how for which variables we are assigning arbitrary constants. Just by backward substitution, we are assigning arbitrary values here. Here w is equals to k1 or z is equals to k, no problem. Uh, w is equals to k1 and z is equals to k2. Substitute those. These are the arbitrary values. Now using those arbitrary values, find the y value. Y in terms of k1 and k2. Now substitute y, w and z in the x value in the x equation, then you will get x in terms of k1, k2. Now you will get x, y, z values in terms of this. This is your solution where k1 and k2 are any value, any arbitrary value. This is the solution. Here if we are replacing k1 is 0, k2, k1 is 0 and k2 is 1 or anything, that means if we are substituting k1 and k2 are different values, then we will get the distinct solutions. In such a way, we are getting infinite number of solutions for this system of equations. Okay, thank you all. Try to solve other problems in the reference textbook, that is either Biggest Gravel or B.B. Ramana. Then we will discuss in the next class if you have any doubts. Have a good day. Thank you.